Hi everyone, I hope all is well. My name is Ashanti and welcome to Uniquely Ashanti's Corner. Today I'm doing something a little different. Today I recently wrote a short story that I am going to read for you guys. So I wrote this based off of one of the writing prompts a YouTube content creator shared in a video. Her name is Dee LaSure and she also goes by, what is it? LaSure TV. And by the way, if you guys want to just go straight to the short story, I'm going to have some timestamps down in the description box if you guys just don't want to hear me talk. So just go down there if you want to just go straight to the story. Anyway, Dee LaSure created a writing challenge for those who were either in a writing rut, they were beginner writers and didn't know where to start, or for those who wanted to just try something different, which is where I land at. The challenge was to choose a writing prompt from the list that she provided and to write 500 to 1,000 words, which could be a poem, it could be a story, a screenplay, a song, just whatever you decide, as long as you were just being creative. And I'm going to share the prompt that I decided to go with, and it goes like this. I actually have it written down. Um, this was for romance. Two characters accidentally switch suitcases at an airport. One of them has something deeply personal inside. What would be inside that would make you take pause and really wonder about that other person? Okay, so Dee LaSure, like I said, originally had this as a romance writing prompt, but I don't do romance. It's not my thing. So I took a different approach with this one. So let me just share the plot of my story, which is called To Return and Release. And it goes like this. Olivia has just returned home from a vacation with her husband Aaron and is ready to unwind. When she grabs her bag, she realizes something. This bag isn't hers. As she rummages through the stranger's belongings, she finds an item that connects to her past. Upon this discovery, she must decide to face her past or let it be. Okay, so for this story, I really did. I tried to stay within the 1,000 words because I knew that I wasn't going to be able to make it like 500, 900, or 600 words. I knew it was going to be somewhere in the thousands, okay? I still went over a little bit with the word limit. This is why flash fiction and microfiction is not something that I can do. It's not my strong suit, so my word count is actually 1,468 words for this short story. I mean, it's 1,000-ish. It's 1,000 something, so that still counts, right? Maybe I'll be able to write microfiction one day, but I just know that it's not right now. But anyway, I have talked enough. I'm sure you want to just go ahead and hear my story. I'm going to go ahead and share it, but a few disclaimers first. It's been a long time since I've written any fiction, so I'm a little rusty. Please keep that in mind as you are listening. Also, I am not a professional narrator, so I'm going to try my very best to add a little personality as I'm reading this and try to read this clearly, but please, please, please bear with me if I fumble a little bit, okay? I'm only human, so without further ado, here is my short story. To Return and Release. Olivia sighed as she entered the bedroom and turned on the light, dropping her bags to the floor. Ugh, finally, we made it. Her husband Aaron followed behind her, his arms filled with luggage. He groaned before allowing them to slip off his arms. The couple had just returned from a well-deserved vacation. Working long hours restricted their time together and created a growing distance. It was to the point where affection evolved to a quick peck on the cheek and being too exhausted for quality time. While the goal was to pay off some bills, sacrificing their marriage was non-negotiable, especially with their desire to expand their family one day. Olivia dragged her feet towards the bed and fell onto it backwards. Oh, This feels so good after that long airplane flight. I might just sleep like this. Her eyes closed as she moved her arms up and down, as if she was making a snow angel. Her body yearned for rest, and her eyes grew heavier with exhaustion. Babe? You might want to rethink going to sleep without changing. Why? These clothes are comfy enough. Well, you just said it was a long flight. Now, I didn't want to say nothing, but you trying to say I stink? Aaron held up his hands as if a gun was aimed at him. Hey, your words, not mine. Olivia scoffed before using her elbows to sit up. You better be glad I'm too tired to smack you with one of these pillows, dude, like you smell any better. Girl, please, I'm not scared of you. Olivia rolled her eyes as she grabbed her blue bag from the floor to retrieve her toiletries. When she unzipped it, her eyebrows furrowed at the items inside. Boxers, men's dress shirts, cologne, men's deodorant. A low growl escaped her throat as she raked her fingers through her hair. You have got to be kidding me! What's wrong? My bag! This isn't my bag! I must have picked up the wrong one when I bumped into that guy at the airport. We had the same one. Okay, well, what all was in it? I'm trying to remember. I can't believe this is happening. Livy, just calm down. I know you're emotional right now. Aaron's words stung Olivia like an open wound. How could he possibly call her emotional when her necessities were being caressed by the wrong hands? Seriously, Aaron? You wouldn't say that if it was you. Aaron walked towards her and placed his hands on her shoulders. You're right. I'm sorry. Let's just take some deep breaths, okay? Please. The deep breaths slowed Olivia's heart rate, but worry continued to pound in her brain. I only had a couple of bucks in my wallet, but all my credit cards. That guy's probably living it up right now. The sleazeball. We'll lock the cars and have unknown charges disputed. Everything will be. Olivia pulled away from Aaron before he completed his sentence and walked towards the bag. What are you doing? I need to be able to identify if he did anything. I never got a good look at him. He's got to have a wallet somewhere. Olivia yanked out the bag's contents and flung them on the bed. She didn't care if she disorganized or destroyed this stranger's belongings. As far as she was concerned, he deserved it for taking what's hers. She slid her hands through every crevice and pocket until she noticed something. In one of the bag's pockets was a picture neatly tucked in. She smiled as she retrieved it, feeling victorious in her search, but her smile slowly faded when she got a better look. A little girl with the front tooth missing wore 2 ponytails and a white dress covered in pink lollipops. Beside her was a young boy wearing overalls and an orange shirt with black stripes. The picture was visibly worn with slight creases on it, but the owner managed to preserve its visibility. Olivia's breathing intensified as tears clouded her vision and her legs wobbled. Still holding the picture, she almost fell to the floor before Aaron grabbed and pulled her to his chest. He asked her what was wrong, but her heaving sobs silenced each syllable she attempted to say. It had been years since she saw this picture and couldn't believe her eyes. She had locked away the memories connected to it, but in a split second, it unlocked a flood of bitterness and pain buried deep in her mind. She pulled away from her husband's comforting arms and crawled back to the bed to retrieve the bag. She pulled it to the floor, turned it upside down, and shook it until a wallet fell out. She opened it and grabbed her phone. Aaron pleaded for answers from his wife to ease his worry, but Olivia was too focused on finding more information. She typed the name Leon Baker into the phone's search engine, and various images popped up. She scrolled until she found an image that matched the one on the stranger's driver's license. A tall man with perfect mahogany skin, dressed in a gray suit and a red tie. He wore a bright smile as his eyes twinkled with confidence. Olivia zoomed in on the man's thick black eyebrows, and there it was. A long scar rested above his left one. Her chest rose and fell as her sobs deepened within her soul. It's him. Who, baby? My brother. I have my brother's bag. Are you sure? Olivia gave Aaron the picture. That's us. When I was 5 and he was 9. She choked back a sob and breathed deeply. I found a picture of him online. He has the same scar on his left eyebrow. Aaron examined the picture and shook his head. Wow, that's really, yeah, I know. What are the odds of me bumping into my brother at an airport? Aaron moved towards Olivia and wrapped his muscular arms around her while gently kissing her cheek. He knew how sensitive this subject was for her. I know you're still hurting. It was a lot. But I think God's presenting a unique opportunity to you. An opportunity for what? To let go and make amends by returning his bag. Why would I do that when I want to throw it in the fireplace? Livy, don't Livy me. Olivia pulled away from Aaron and stood while wiping her puffy eyes. She balled her fists with a desire to unleash her anger through a punch. She considered a nearby wall, but resisted the urge. This wasn't worth erasing the hard work she put into decorating their bedroom. Why should I return it to him when he never returned for me? When our parents died and we were bouncing to different foster homes, he promised he would protect me and we would never separate. And what did he do? He got adopted. Olivia. He got the forever home I never got. He abandoned me. Some family shows interest in him and he didn't even bother to ask if they could take me too, or decline to live with them if they didn't. He didn't even say goodbye. You know what I went through in foster care. I know, sweetheart. You didn't deserve any of it. But look at what you accomplished despite that. Graduating from college with honors, thriving in your career. And you know what else? What? You got a fine, hard-working, loving husband. I mean, look at all this you're working with. Aaron stood and slowly turned around as if he was modeling the latest fashion. Olivia couldn't help but laugh in between sobs. He walked towards her and cupped her face with his palms. A husband who's proud to say, the God-fearing, strong, kind, and wonderful woman standing here is his wife. You always know how to make me smile, which is one of the reasons I love you. I don't think I can face him. You owe it to yourself to release this pain you've been holding in for years. But what if he doesn't want to see me? Or worse, what if I see the family he left me for? It'll destroy me. You won't know unless you try. He kept a picture of you two that says something. Listen, whatever you decide, I'm with you. Olivia grabbed the picture and stared for a few moments before placing it back inside the bag. She sat on the bed and looked to the ceiling as if she was waiting for God to tell her the best choice. She grabbed Leon's wallet and looked at his driver's license. I guess I'm going to Georgia. Aaron sat next to her and squeezed her hand. No, Livy, we are going to Georgia. The end. Alright, so that concludes my story. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I actually wrote this in one day, which I was surprised by since, like I said, I haven't written fiction in a really long time. It's been years. I thought it would take me longer. Even though the story does end on a cliffhanger, as you heard, I don't really know if I'm going to continue with this story. I mean, I've had a few ideas popping up in my head, but I'm not sure yet. We'll have to see. Also, here's an interesting fact. You know how writers usually insert a little bit of themselves into a story, whether that is their personality, their likes and dislikes? Well, that's what I did with this story. When I wrote it, I knew that I wanted there to be something that helps Olivia to identify her brother, right? Which is the scar. And guess what? Yours truly actually has a scar on her eyebrow as well, on the left eyebrow too. The only difference is mine is actually near the eye socket while Leon's is above the eyebrow. You can't see my scar on camera. I know you guys are probably trying to look and see it now. It's hard to see it. You have to see it in person. In fact, it's hard to see it now because it has lightened up over time. And I got the scar from not paying attention to how close my head was to something before I clunked my head against the corner. It was just one of those days where I was just tired, I was frustrated, so that's how all that happened. And I didn't even know that I had cut it, to be honest with you, or that it was bleeding until my father saw it. My eye was throbbing so bad, I was too distracted by that to pay attention to anything else. And it is a true blessing from God that not only did I not need any stitches, but I didn't damage my eye. I mean, the area where I had hit my eye, like I told you, it was near my eye socket. If it had just been a few inches, just a few tiny inches down here, I would have got my eye. I would did some serious damage to my eye. So all glory to God that I did not damage my eye. Oh boy. So anyway, I just thought that I share that in case anyone was curious about the scar detail in the story. But anyway, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Also, thank you D. LaSure, aka LaSure TV, for creating the writing prompts and for the helpful tips that you share on your channel. If anyone is interested in joining the writing challenge, if you are a writer, I'll link Dee LaSure's video down below so you can see the writing prompts video that she did this year. Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments if you feel led to. Let me know what were your thoughts on this story. If you do, please refrain from profane language, even if it's an abbreviation, and please be respectful. God bless each and every single one of you, and take care. Bye.